I caught my boyfriend cheating because of his smartwatch.
I guess he wasn't as smart as his watch.
Oh, I, 28 female, got cheated on by my ex. Let's call him Charles. 28 male. 2 years ago, after an almost 6-year relationship, and I found out in an unbelievable way. Here is the backstory of our relationship. We started dating in the fall of 2017 when we met in college. Things were great for the first few years. We both graduated, went on trips, got along with each other's families and friends, and started talking about marriage. Then things started to go downhill once we were living together. By the way, this comes from username on the r/charlottedobreyoutube subreddit. And if you want to spit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Keon.
We lived on a gravel road with 2 dogs. The house got dirty easily and needed to be swept and vacuumed daily. He would never sweep or vacuum no matter how many times I would ask him to help. Charles wanted to convert an old treehouse that was on the property into a chicken coop. I told him that I did not want chickens, but he said we were getting them anyway.
Besides the fact of the logistics, she doesn't want them.
Logistically, I don't get it, but OP doesn't want the chickens, and he just said, too bad. I told him that I did not want to be responsible for taking care of them because I didn't want them in the first place. And he said that he would take care of them. He never took care of them. I would literally, I personally would never do this. But if I were you, I would just not take care of them. Personally, I would feel bad and I would take care of the chickens.
Yeah, how about them chickens?
I feel bad for the chickens.
But if you wanted to be really, brutal,
don't do that.
just don't do anything.
Chicken.
I know. I feel bad. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you were
He's
more
like,
brutal,
put down your boundaries and do it. But
I would
I
never
feel
do
so
that.
bad for the
I would
chickens.
never do that. I would
Same.
take care of the chickens because I had chickens and I love chickens. I cleaned their coop on a weekly basis, fed them, collected the eggs, and fixed the coop after foxes had gotten into it. You know what? I take it back. Take care of the chickens. Dump your boyfriend.
yeah, keep the chickens you didn't want
Yeah.
that he bought.
Get rid of him. Put him in the treehouse. The few times I asked if he could fill the 55-gallon drum that he set up for their water dispenser, he got mad at me that he had to do everything for them. Yes, you do have to do everything for them.
They're your chickens.
The last 2 years that we were together, I was in grad school. I worked 2 part-time jobs in addition to taking classes and doing field placement hours for my degree. I was very busy and we got maybe 1 or 2 days every month when we would both be off work together and able to spend time together. On those days, he would ask if it was all right for him to go on a short hike in the morning and then hang out the rest of the day when he got back home. I would always say yes because I knew he loved hiking, and I didn't want to tell him not to do something he loved. Well, Charles's short hikes would turn into him being gone for 8 to 10 hours. When he would get home, I would tell him I was upset and thought he was going to be home sooner than he was. He would tell me that I overreacted and to let it go. He was always late when it came to doing things with my family and friends. If we were supposed to leave at a specific time, that is when he would get into the shower to start getting ready. For example, I would tell him we needed to leave at 5:30 because we were meeting up with my parents at 6. He would go into the bathroom at 5:30 to start getting ready.
That's when you start lying about the times you gotta leave.
Yeah.
He should be better about that, but that's when you lie about the times.
Or you break up with him.
Or that.
And then we would leave at 6. More than once, my family had called us and asked why we were late. And Charles said it was no big deal and it didn't matter because his family wasn't strict on their times when there were plans. I tried multiple times to explain to him that my family puts a time and place for a reason, and it's rude and disrespectful to not care about it. One time, I told him a time earlier than when we needed to leave, so we would end up being on time because he was always late. I told him on the way home that night that I told him an earlier time, and he called me a liar for doing that. Dump him.
He was probably still late somehow.
Yeah. Another time, I didn't monitor the time of him getting ready at all. I reminded him 2 hours before we were supposed to leave, and that was it. About 20 minutes after the time we were supposed to leave, I told him we were late, and he got mad that I didn't give him reminders to go get ready. I would be the only person who would cook, clean, take care of the animals, take care of the garden, and organize presents for family birthdays and Christmas. I would ask Charles to please help out around the house because I was in grad school and working 2 jobs while also taking care of the majority of the responsibilities around the house. What does he do?
Yeah, can we get a list of anything?
Literally, what does he do?
He complains. He wants chickens.
Yeah.
That's,
And also,
that's all I got.
anything he does do, you have to tell him. You have to
Right.
remind him, which is also mental,
hold his
stress for
hand.
you.
You're like his calendar and a planner at the same time.
Yeah. You're his assistant and also the boss. Too many jobs. He would tell me that since most days when I worked it wouldn't be until the afternoon. I had plenty of time in the morning to be taking care of the house. Ooh. why are we with him? I explained to him that isn't fair for me to be doing the majority of the housework just because my time off during the day was in the morning and not in the evening like his was. Charles would then tell me that I needed to make him a list and reminders of the things that needed to be done. You are not his mother.
Crazy that he could write his own list.
Write your own list.
He knows
Figure
how to
out
read
what
and
needs to
write.
be done in your own house. If you don't know what chores need to be done in the house that you live in, what's going on? This would make me angry because he lived in the house too, so he should know what needs to be done to take care of it. And if he did need a list, then he should make one for himself. He would say that I needed to make the list for him since I would ask him to do things all the time. He would leave his dirty clothes all over the house. Those were just the reoccurring things that would make me angry, upset, or irritated. We started growing apart, but I wanted to make it work because we lived together and had 2 dogs together. The few months leading up to me finding out he was cheating, he grew distant. He wouldn't hang out with me for longer than an hour, or if it was longer than an hour, then it was a movie, so we didn't have to talk. I saw texts on his phone with a girl from work that felt flirty. OP, you put up with way too much. Way too much.
I fully forgot the title of this
Yeah, I know.
story, and
I'm
I was
like,
like, oh
break up
yeah,
with
he's
him
just
way before
terrible.
this.
And then it's also that.
When I asked him about it, he got mad at me for looking at his phone. He then changed his passcode. The night I found out he was cheating on me, he said he was going to a bonfire at a coworker's house. At 9:30 p.m., he hadn't come home yet, and I hadn't heard from him in hours. I decided to go to bed, and I texted him and told him that's what I was doing. I woke up at about midnight, and he still wasn't home, and he hadn't messaged me at all. So I called him. It rang twice and then went to voicemail. I thought maybe he pressed the wrong button when trying to answer, so I called again. It rang 4 times and then went to voicemail. At this point, I knew that Charles was ignoring my calls. I called a 3rd time and the phone call was answered, but not intentionally. Charles's smartwatch answered the phone call, and on the other end of the line, I heard him and another woman being intimate. Oh no.
Smartwatch for the
Smartwatch,
save, though.
yes. I thought this was going to be kind of like a Whoop situation where it was going to be like, because it tracks.
Why is he exercising in his sleep?
Yeah, apparently, according to Riley,
I thought it was
gonna
be like you
your
could
exercise.
I thought it was gonna be like she could see the texts on it or something. Like he left the watch home
yeah.
and it was like lighting up a bunch or something.
Yeah.
But
By
this
the way,
is-
you can track full episodes of stories just like this if you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Don't be like this man. Be anybody else but this man. And also don't cheat. You automatically suck, but definitely this man. There's no
Yeah.
redeeming traits for this man.
none.
0.
Take his
Zilch.
chickens, kick him out.
Let that woman have him. He offers
the-
nothing to you.
Yeah, let the chickens run and be like, look at all those chickens.
Take his chickens,
Okay.
start an egg business, sell the
Yeah.
eggs.
Sell the eggs.
Make money.
Keep the chickens. Dump the man. Invest in that smartwatch.
Invest in that smartwatch, I suppose. I started yelling his name because I didn't know what to do. Then I heard the girl say, "What the heck is that?" And the line went away. Silent. Charles then texted me and said he wasn't coming home tonight because he didn't feel good.
He's caught up in something.
I immediately started having a panic attack. I called my sister and she got me calmed down enough to start packing my stuff right then and there. I had friends who came over immediately and we had all of my stuff packed up and in my parents' house in less than 12 hours. 2 years later, I am now engaged to a man who has shown me more respect, understanding, patience, love, and support than I ever got from Charles.
And where are the chickens?
Woo! Comment
Please tell
1,
us.
did the knucklehead ever reach out? OP says he did. About 3 weeks post-breakup, I went to a friend's wedding that he also went to. I didn't talk to him, but after I left, he texted me. He said that I looked really good and he wasn't able to stand up from the table because of how a certain area of his body reacted to seeing me.
Ew.
Ew!
So he's
I hope you
disgusting,
had like a
too.
moment where you were like, wow, I
That's
was
his-
dating
That's
that
the
guy.
That's
best
the first
compliment he
thing.
can give you.
That's the first thing he says back
That's
to
what
you.
he
Is,
says.
Dude, oh my god, he sounds like a pervert.
He's disgusting.
Gross. Ew. Reply, I was just wondering because he didn't seem the type to go quietly. Just a feeling I got. OP says, I sent his parents a video explaining what had happened since he didn't come home before I was out of there. I heard from his cousin that he was mad that I did that, and a majority of the family was not talking to him because of what he did. His grandmother is the head of the family, and she basically shunned him. He also supposedly started dating the girl he was cheating on me with, and no one would speak to her at family gatherings. Comment 2 says, please tell me you took the dogs. Sounds like they would pass away if it were up to him to take care of them. OP says, I took one of the dogs dogs. Unfortunately, there was not room at my parents' house to take them both. I took the one that was more bonded with me, and I had to leave the one that was more bonded with my ex. I think about my baby boy a lot and worry about him. I hope that dog is okay.
Go back for the puppy.
Go get that dog. Go get that dog.
Or you could give him to a friend.
Please.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere else but here.
My boyfriend's ex wants to be friends with me, but I don't.
Then don't be friends.
And this comes directly from the Storytime subreddit. I, 22, female to male, was the a-hole back in high school when I first met my boyfriend, 21, also female to male, freshman year. It was before either of us came out as gender diverse guys, and so we were just both nerdy bis with a lot in common. Sounds like the start of a great friendship. Except he is the only person I've ever experienced love at first sight for. By the way, this comes from ActiveTask4426. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Keon.
As soon as I saw him, I was attracted to him and wanted to date him. Only problem, he had a girlfriend. They'd been dating since 8th grade, but it was clear they weren't very romantic. They acted more like best friends than romantic partners. My partner, at the time crush, who I'll call Alex, complained to me about this, saying that they wanted to be more serious romantically with Phoebe, also fake name, but that she just wasn't interested in that. So I did an admittedly bad thing and began flirting with Alex behind Phoebe's back, becoming good friends with them both with the intention to steal Alex.
Ooh, that's messy, OP.
Petty high school stuff that I've since outgrown. To be clear, I didn't like Phoebe, where me and Alex had a lot in common, not just shows and things we liked, but in our passion for writing and how we communicated. Phoebe and I had common interest, but we liked these things for different reasons. The things I disliked about shows and movies were her favorite parts, etc. Despite not liking her, I pretended to be very close with her so I could be close to Alex.
OP, that's kind of psycho.
1 year later, and it worked. Alex broke up with Phoebe and asked me out. Note, he asked Phoebe if it would be okay to ask me out after they broke up, and Phoebe said it was fine and they worked better as friends anyway. I said yes, and me and my partner have been together since the start of sophomore year. After this, I began to distance myself from Phoebe, stopped responding to messages and invites to hang out. I still hung out with her and Alex together during high school, but once we graduated, I stopped seeing her completely. Fast forward to now. Me and Alex are going strong. Despite my childish way of getting him, he is truly my person and I love him so much. He is still friends with Phoebe, but they aren't as close. I didn't learn why until recently. Over the years, Phoebe has tried to hang out and tried to get me to be her friend, and as I've matured and realized what I did was wrong, the guilt had built up, so with Alex's permission, I sent a long text telling the truth.
Ooh, no.
How I never really wanted to be their friend. How I'd only done it to get Alex.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You didn't have to add that blow into it. I apologized and explained that I feel awful for leading them on and for ignoring them for so long. I sent it expecting an angry text back, but instead, she said she understood. Fast forward a few months and I get more texts from Phoebe asking to hang out.
Oh, is she trying to steal her ex back? Oh, man.
I ignored them at first, but as they got more pushy, even asking Alex to get me to respond, Alex, for his part, said he would pass the message along, but it wasn't his business, and if I wasn't responding, that was my choice. He knows I don't like her, and he accepts that we just don't jive as people. I finally responded, reiterating that I had been leading her on as far as friendship goes, and that although I was sorry for my behavior in the past, I didn't really have time for a friendship now. I was trying to be nice at this point. I had to send a similar message 2 months later. Then, when she invited me to her 21st birthday party, saying Alex would be there as a way to entice me into coming, I was very blunt. I'm not direct quoting everything for anonymity, but I will direct quote some things like this. I sent her a text saying, "Hey, so the last thing I want is to damage your relationship with Alex. It's why I've been hesitant to say anything, but I admitted to you how I felt about our friendship in high school and my true intentions back then, expecting things to end there, but they haven't. I don't want to hurt you, and I genuinely am glad you're getting yourself out there and everything, but I'm not your friend, Phoebe. I I never was. And it's not right, but it's the truth. It's how I feel. I barely keep up with friendships with people that don't go to my school. And at least on my end, our bond was always artificial. So I'm sorry, but I can't go to your party because, well, I'm sure it would be fun. I would only be going because Alex is going, and that isn't fair to you. It isn't. You deserve friends that give you more than one-word responses. Once again, I'm sorry for hurting you.
Honesty is a quality. It could be a good, it could be bad, but it's...
So you're still really harsh. On the other hand,
guy.
Why is she still trying though? She responded saying I didn't hurt her and that back then she could tell I was only around for Alex. She said, however, I thought something could grow from that, but if that's where you want to end it, okay. I thought finally she had understood. Then a week ago, I get a message from her asking to meet in person to catch up and fix unresolved things between us. I was confused because on my end, we had resolved everything. I messaged back and said I don't want there to be bad blood between us, but that I didn't want to meet in person. And if there were problems she wanted to discuss, I'd be happy to hash it out over text. She once again pushed to meet in person, saying that she hadn't seen me in forever and she wanted to hear how I was doing. I thought I had been blunt but polite the last time.
Well,
I don't know.
you certainly were blunt.
The last time, but it seemed she still wasn't getting it. So I responded with an admittedly harsh message, but in my defense, I had told this girl in every nice and polite way I could that I didn't want to be her friend. Only reason I let it go on so long is because I know she is still important to my partner. But I was at my breaking point. So I said, I won't hang out at your place. I won't catch up with you. Phoebe, you are a nice person. I've said it before, but I made it clear we are not friends. I don't want to be friends. I'm sorry that's harsh, but I've tried to be nice, to walk around the issue for the sake of you and my partner, but I'm just so lost as to why you think we should catch up like old pals. We aren't and were never true friends. It's the truth, and I can't be nice about it anymore. She went nuclear. Responding with, I've tried being nice to you as well, and I can't be nice about it anymore. The way you carry yourself is cowardice and cocky. You couldn't be bothered to talk to me in real life like a person. I want to see what Alex sees in you, but I just can't. Every person you interact with has left a bad taste in their mouth, and it's not their fault. You've only played people like chess pieces. Not once have you denied that. Have fun changing for the better if you have at all. This was extremely out of character for someone who constantly said it was fine and that I hadn't done anything wrong and everything was fine even when I apologized. I wrote back, wow, what a shocking thing to say. I was like that when I was 15, but I've grown as a person enough to know and say, hey, I don't want to be your friend. Sorry. It's not that I don't view you as a person.
What?
It's just that that's simply all I have to say. I wish you the best, but I don't have to give you a chance to be friends just because I feel guilty for manipulating you over 5 years ago. I admit I manipulated you back then, which is why I came clean to stop leading you on, but you kept coming back asking to hang and be friends when I tried to be clear. You really hit deep with that comment about leaving a bad taste in people's mouths. That was a low thing to say, especially when I have nothing bad to say about you. We just don't jive as people together, and I've always recognized that. So you attacking me for setting boundaries is quite immature. I would appreciate if you don't contact me again. Once again, I wish you the best.
What is this game? It seems like a very bad game.
You're my main guy.
As I was about to block her, she said that I could have at least done it over call because she wanted to see if I had really changed as a person. I simply responded that I don't owe her that. She doesn't have to see who I am now because I don't want a relationship with her. Then I blocked her. I told my boyfriend about all of this and he said something shocking. He said months ago when I sent the last nice message, politely declining an invite to hang out, so before I was blunt with the party situation, Phoebe had called him saying he should dump me because I'm harmful and toxic and tried to claim I was attacking her verbally over text. My boyfriend shut that down because I had talked to him every time she reached out to me to make sure I wasn't being too harsh. By the way, you can always reach out for full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, your favorite podcast app, and search OK Storytime. He had seen what I had been sending her, and none of it was impolite. She then said that she had only said that to make him see reason, but that I was still a bad person who doesn't deserve him. My boyfriend said he loved me and wasn't going to leave me. Then Phoebe said, well, if he ever does anything to you, I'll handle it. I know where he lives, works, and goes to school. This is why my boyfriend isn't as close with her anymore.
This is concerning.
It's because she had threatened me. Only reason my boyfriend didn't tell me was because my great-grandmother, who I was close with, had just passed away and he didn't want to add more stress. He had hoped the situation would just go away. I'm a bit annoyed with him for it, but I see where he's coming from. So am I the a-hole for not wanting to be friends with my partner's ex and former best friend? Was there a better way to approach it?
Absolutely.
Part of me wonders if I should have kept trying the nice approach or tried to meet up in person with her. But the other part, with the information I have now, wonders if the invite to me in real life was for her to go after me. Any advice is appreciated, though I honestly hope this is the end. I think it's always good to reflect on your actions, and that is the end. And now I am 100% back on our train of why was she suddenly pushing so hard to meet up?
I agree. I refuse to invite my ex-husband's wife to our daughter's party because she said so.
Who said so?
I don't know. I, 32 female, have a daughter, 9 going on 10 female, with my ex-husband, 36 male. We divorced when she was 3. He then remarried one of his coworkers, let's call her Mary. They also have a son together, 6 male. My daughter's birthday is in 9 days. I reviewed with my daughter things for her birthday, like the theme, the cake. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Keon.
And OP says, here's the issue. When we were going through the guest list, she looked anxious. When I asked what was wrong, she told me that she did not want to invite Mary. I asked her why, and she explained to me that Mary would make weird comments sometimes around other parents or to her. For example, when Mary would pick her up from dance lesson, she would hear Mary say things like, that's why I prefer boys. Girls only like pink and tutus. She also told me that every time her brother, Mary, an ex-husband's kid, would do something to annoy her, like breaking her toys, calling her names, starting a fight, Mary would always defend her son and punish her every time and say, boys will be boys, or some crap like that. I asked about her dad, and she said that Mary does that even when her dad is around, but he's always in his office, so it's like a free pass. Later on, I called her father. He asked for the date of the party. Her real birthday is a school day. I told him that his wife was not invited. And I think I was on loudspeaker because I heard Mary screaming at me saying that I destroy her family. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my ex-husband's wife to my daughter's birthday party because she told me not to?
Nope. It's your daughter's birthday, and she gets to make the invite list, and she gets to be the most comfortable because it's her birthday party.
You're not invited to her birthday party.
This is the, like, that other movie that you're so not invited to my bar mitzvah.
Exactly. Okay, just for precision, my daughter's half-sibling is 4 years younger than her. She was born in April while he was born in March. The next year after the divorce, he just turned 6. But it is true that we divorced because my ex-husband told me he was in love with Mary and wanted to confess. We have 50-50 custody. He has a busy job. My daughter explained to me that she never told me or her dad that she was scared of ruining her father's marriage because he seems happy. And there is an update, folks. But what do you think OP should do?
Do not invite Mary.
Yeah, I
don't want to see Mary anywhere near that party.
Mary, you better not even come sniffing within 20 miles.
And if they can't show up without Mary, then none of them can come.
None of you can come.
If my future prince or princess asks me within the reasons of their birthday party and I can do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. If I can get my little princess a pony.
Like, I can't get you Mars, honey, but I can get you what
a
you
Mars
want.
bar.
Yeah. I can get you like little toy planet. Yeah.
So a lot happened. First of all, I met my ex for lunch alone. I explained everything that my daughter told me. At first, he was defensive and told me that she was overreacting. I replied that even if it were true, his relationship with his daughter is at risk. I gave him a choice. Fix the problem or I go back to court for more custody. Friday, when I came to pick my daughter up at his house, I talked to her in private, and she told me that her dad spent time with her, picking her up from school, activities, helping her with homework, and playing with her. Mary then told me that she accepted not going to the party, but still wanted to see my daughter, blow out her candles on her actual birthday. She baked a cake and asked her, my daughter, if she was okay with doing it before leaving. She seemed okay with it. So we gathered around the cake, my daughter, Mary, ex, and half-brother. When my daughter blew out the candles, Mary Jr. decided that the good thing to do would be to smash my daughter's face into the cake.
Oh no.
Wow, and no wonder you're not invited to the birthday party.
Yep.
I hope you took the candles out first, because it doesn't sound like you did.
Doesn't sound like it. To be honest, if this was not a kid, I would be in prison. He and Mary burst out laughing while my daughter was crying.
You
It's
ruined
on
her
actual
birthday.
birthday too.
You literally ruined her birthday.
And I know this is like a
monsters.
the shoving the face in the cake. I know it happens in like a lot of like South American cultures. A lot of like Mexican parties, they do that. Like you see videos of that.
But if that was standard for this family, I don't think she would have included this.
yeah.
Mary then told her that she was being dramatic and emotional. We, Mary, ex, and I got into an argument, and to my surprise, my ex-husband was on my side.
Good. I would have
Saying-
picked that
yeah.
cake up and put it right back
Yeah, I'd
in
be like,
Mary's
oh, you're being
face.
too emotional.
Oh,
Boom.
are you mad about it?
Saying that I was not okay. While arguing, I noticed that my daughter was not there, so I left to check on her. I helped her clean herself, and then we left for my house. I tried to cheer her up, but she was still a little sad. The party went well. Her dad came, and during the party, I told him that I want more custody because of his wife's bullying, and I'll update you if more happens. Precision 2. Some of you asked questions about my daughter's reaction. My daughter is a really shy and silent kid. Except for me and her dad, she does not talk unless spoken to or if you bring up a subject that she likes. When something upsets her, she just stays silent and cries. It's always been like that, and it is what she did. Started crying, went to her room. And there is an update. I really hope this is a huge wake-up call for her dad.
I hope so. I'm
'Cause-
so glad that he was on
Yeah.
OP's side.
Yeah, well, it
That
just
would have
seems
been
like he was-
telling.
well, it just seems like he was never around to see
Yeah.
this bullying happening.
So I
That's-
feel like that means, though, that you will be free to not have to worry about her coming to the birthday party, because he's
Yeah.
now probably fully on your side for that.
Well, the birthday party already happened.
Oh, the party did too? Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
that's
missed.
what they-
I
yeah.
was reversed in the timeline.
It just they went after this, so basically they had made the plan to do the cake before the party, and then they went to the party.
Oh,
after.
when they said before the party, I thought they meant full other day.
No.
Gotcha.
That's what it seems like.
Oh, she had to, I hope her
I know, she had
birthday
to go
was
to a
so good
party
after this.
Right after getting her
No.
cake smashed into her face. Saw that many of you asked for an update. After the cake incident, I asked my daughter questions about whether Mary or her half-brother had ever laid hands on her, played such pranks on her, or behaved inappropriately. We never know. She told me no, explaining that the fights with her half-brother are mainly him annoying her. I also inquired if anyone else from either side of the family had made her uncomfortable in any way. And again, she said no. Since my last post, she has been seeing her psychiatrist twice a week. The bullying apparently started about 2 months ago. I don't know if it's related, although I'm sure it is, but it was also around the time that Mary had a miscarriage. To be honest, I feel like a terrible mom. I did not see the signs, and I'm trying to fix everything. Last night, my ex-husband called me at around 10 p.m. from outside my house, saying he wanted to talk. I let him in, and because I don't trust him, I really don't, I recorded the whole conversation with his consent. He told me that since the party, he's been thinking about what to do, and yesterday he told Mary about my desire for more custody. From what he said, she didn't think it was such a bad idea because my daughter wasn't fitting into their family dynamic.
Oh,
Your face isn't fitting into my family dynamic. Get out of here,
yeah.
Mary.
Need some cake on it.
They started to argue, and at one point she began cursing me and my daughter. Apparently, I'm a sneaky B-word who is bitter about her affair with my ex-husband, and my daughter is a spoiled, bratty princess who needs correction.
Hilarious coming from you, Mary.
Yup. He told me that now he has to choose between which woman he loves the most. This is when he had the click moment. He left the house, drove around, and then showed up at my place. He has decided to stay at a friend's house while he thinks about his relationship with Mary. Our daughter will stay with me during the week and visit him on the weekends. I told him that if he is going to get back together with Mary, I will continue to pursue full custody. But if they divorce, it will depend on his custody arrangement with his son because I don't want him around my daughter. He agreed. And there is a third update. Earlier in the week, my ex-husband asked if he could come by, saying he had something important to tell me. He explained that last Friday, Mary Jr. got into trouble at school for cursing at a girl. Long story short, he had confessed his feelings to her, the niece of the school director, and she rejected him. Apparently, he then started shouting insults at her that no 6-year-old should know, let alone say.
Well, Mary, looks like you should parent your child.
Yeah. Because of this incident and our daughter's situation, he decided to divorce Mary. She will be served the divorce papers next week. He also plans to pay for Mary to attend therapy because he still wants to have a relationship with her son. We, meaning my ex-husband, our daughter, and I will also be attending family therapy together. My daughter is happier now, and that is the only thing that matters to me. For the summer, I plan to take her to Japan to see my side of the family. I am still pursuing full custody of my daughter with visitation for my ex-husband on the weekends. If and only if Mary Jr.'s behavior improves, I will allow him and my daughter to interact again. My ex-husband is also pursuing full custody of his son as he should. Nice. As he should, because clearly this son is not being, parented correctly by Mary because he should not be knowing these words.
And he should take no as an answer.
But I'm not going to take no as an answer because you should listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. You can't say no. I still do not trust my ex-husband, so I'm keeping my eyes on him and the way he will raise our daughter. I don't understand why people assume I'm going to be nice to him. Am I polite? Yeah. Nice? No. I am not pursuing more custody because he wants his son, but also because his recent promotion means he works more and does not have time to take care of our daughter during the weekdays. That responsibility falls to me. For some reason, someone asked about our races. I am Japanese, and as is my ex-husband, while Mary is white and French. Although I am Japanese, I was raised in France, so French is my first language, followed by Japanese and then English. And folks, that's the end of that story.